The differences, though, between, let's say, a Pfizer and a Moderna were pretty profound in terms of how they collaborated with us. Carlo De Notari Stefani, who is our manufacturing expert, and what Carlo did was form multidisciplinary government teams to go out into each of these facilities such that if they encountered any problem whatsoever, I need an electrician, I need raw materials, I need equipment flown in from Germany, boom, they would communicate back to DC, we'd mobilize the resources, we'd use the Defense Production Act, whatever we needed to do, we'd get it done. Pfizer said, no, you're not going to put anyone in our manufacturing plant. I have the contract here from Pfizer that says they would deliver 20 million doses in November and 20 million doses in December of 2020. They didn't want us in their plant, they didn't want our help. And we expected 40 million doses. What we got was 16 to 18 million doses. Every governor in the country was asking us in September and October, well, how many doses will we have? And we assumed right up until the last minute that we'd have 20 million from Pfizer in November and 20 million in December. And we didn't have any line of sight into what was really happening in their plant. So when they kind of pulled the rug out from underneath our feet in November and said, guess what? We don't have any in November. That really hurt the planning process. And what happened is in the late fall, Moderna had received a Defense Production Act Title III priority contract. Any supplies they needed from any supplier in the country would have to put Moderna first. So what happened in the late fall was Pfizer was running into trouble getting raw materials because guess who was getting them all? Moderna, because they had the Title III priority. You say, well, why didn't Pfizer have a Title III priority? When you grant a Title III Defense Production Act authority, it is intervening in a supply chain. And in return for that, the government expects you as a manufacturer who's asking for that priority to provide information. And by the way, all of what you produce has to be used in the United States. So Pfizer did not want to comply with the requirements necessary to get a priority rating. And what happened was as the raw material started to dry up in the late fall of 2020, they said, we cry uncle, we want our DPA Title III authority, and we'll report all this data. Now remember, we had already given them a $2 billion advanced purchase contract. We acquired all of the needles and all of the syringes for them. We set up 70,000 distribution sites for them. We even acquired the dry ice necessary to ship their doses. So when they say we didn't participate in Warp Speed, well, yeah, you participated in almost every other aspect other than having us manufacture the doses or having people in your plant. So it was a little bit disappointing because every other company with whom we dealt, Larry, every single one of them was so cooperative, so patriotic, and it just, Pfizer stood out as an exception to that.